Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square here with T-Square Talk. Hope everybody's having a great day. Got a great video for you guys today. Today, I want to talk a little bit about why I believe this might be the time for people to kind of tune up their collection a little bit, kind of look over what they got, maybe tune it up a little bit, because there is a lot of collectible stuff out there that you might be able to trade and get some more silver for. You might have even non-collectible stuff like a kilo bar. You might be able to trade that in and get a little bit more silver. I will talk a little bit about why I'm going to be talking about this today in a few different comments that have came up. And before I even get started, first of all, I got to say, each person has their own right to buy whatever they want to buy. If you like gold, great. If you like silver, great. If you like platinum, great. If you want to buy $173 proof coins from the U.S. Mint, have at it. I really don't care when it comes to that. So I am venting a little bit, but I'm also watching my words because I try not to be mean. You guys know I'm a super nice person. But when I get hateful comments that I think are kind of mean, then that's usually when I vent just a little bit. And hey, have at it. Buy whatever you want. If you think going to the U.S. Mint is perfectly normal to pay $169 for a uncirculated proof coin or $173 for an uncirculated proof coin because they've always charged higher prices, have at it. I really don't care. And when you go to sell and you get on these videos and good luck trying to sell your silver. You won't be able to sell it when the time comes. Take a look. I don't care. I really don't. Go look on eBay. 1 ounce American Silver Eagle proof coins. Are they selling? Yeah. I mean, 90 sold for $109 or best offer here. Let's scroll down. And I'm sure one of these coins that I'm going to mention, and someone's probably going to say, that's not the right coin. I really don't care at the end of the day. $135. This one, $229. Sometimes people sell high on eBay because some people just go on eBay and they don't even know what they're looking at half the time. They just see something and, ooh, I like that. I'm going to buy it. But there's a lot of good opportunities out there. And in some cases, there are fakes out there. That also comes down to how you pay. PayPal can protect you. Credit cards can protect you. There's a lot of different ways to get protected when you're buying stuff. But each person has to make their own decisions and their own mistakes. And at the end of the day, if you make them, that's on you. It's not on anybody that, I heard on YouTube someone said these are a great buy. Okay, great. That's one person's opinion. And every time one person casts an opinion, I'm biting my tongue. Some other person, I was about ready to say something, but I'm like, bite your tongue. Remember, this is kid friendly. There's going to be some other person out there that's going to disagree with it. And then you have these crazy people that want to try to take out a lawsuit because someone felt like one company had the lowest prices, and then somebody wants to be a moron and take out a lawsuit because they felt that way. At the end of the day, you have the right to feel how you want to feel. And I'll tell you this right from the get-go. No one is going to care more about your well-being than you. Nobody. I mean, some people, they genuinely care about other people. But at the end of the day, you're going to make mistakes. We're going to make mistakes. And that's why you have to make your own decisions. So with that being said, this is not financial advice, nor should it be considered as such. Each person should do their own due diligence when it comes to silver. However, be very mindful. Take a look around. Don't always assume, eBay has it for $114. It must be a fake. That's not always the case. These companies, these individuals may have bought this stuff when it was $60. And now they're looking at it like, hey, I got an opportunity to make money. I actually talked to one guy a little while back, and he's like, dude, just sell on eBay. Nobody cares. They're not going to, come knocking on your door. My opinion has always been I'm going to follow the law when it comes to taxes. I'm not going to risk doing something that's inappropriate blatantly. That's an opinion. You're not technically supposed to go on eBay and sell tens of thousands of dollars in silver and think you don't have to pay taxes on it. That's another thing that I had to vent about because someone had mentioned that, and I'm like, dude, people need to just think what they're doing, and they're going to have to make their own decisions, and, that's why people get in trouble all the time for different stuff. But look through here. Look at some of these. I mean, there's tons of proofs online for lower than what you can buy them on the U.S. Mint website. And like I said, this is not meant to be an ugly comment. It's just meant to say, if people are buying it right now, maybe tune up your collection. I personally am after silver. If given the opportunity to get a collectible ounce of silver for the same price as a bullion ounce of silver, I'm going to take the collectible if I don't have to pay more for it. If I've got to pay some crazy price of $173 for 1 ounce of silver, then I'm not going to buy it. I'm really not. I'd rather have my ounce of silver for, I won't say half the price, but I will say for cheaper. And to the people out there that are going to say, oh, you don't think silver can go up to 173? Absolutely. I think that silver can go up to 173. I've said I think we could see 175 by the end of the year, even though my official prediction by the end of the year is 150. But 175 is not unrealistic. So with that being said, I also have to say I want to get those profits. I don't want someone to take my profits today that I will probably get tomorrow, and all of a sudden silver gets up to the end of the year $175 and I'm sitting on a $173 coin that I paid $173 and silver's at $175. Because people have to understand, yes, there's a lot of crooks out there buying silver. I got a lot of comments recently about how because I had mentioned what the one refinery is buying for right now. I was privy to seeing their pay chart, I guess you can say it, and how much they're paying. I didn't say the refinery's name. I didn't tell the person's name that I seen it from. But definitely, they're not paying that much on silver right now. Yes, I understand that. Right now, they're paying $15 back on 1 ounce silver coins. Well, what do you think that means when you go to sell your 1 ounce silver coins? It means you're probably going to get less unless you're smart and you've been following the channel. Because there are people that are buying 1 ounce silver coins for well over spot. I mean, I could pull up a bunch of websites that are selling them for a lot higher than spot. Let's just pull up real quick 1 ounce silver rounds. And I know today's video is probably going to come across like maybe I'm being mean. I'm being realistic with you guys. And sometimes it does come out mean. Sometimes people need to be put in their place a little bit when you're too nice, I guess you could say. Let's just come down real quick and get their reality check. Because I know, people, hey, we were all there probably at one time or another. Let's take a look at what people are paying for 1 ounce silver rounds. Oh, a Buffalo round, $101. Probably one of the worst 1 ounce silver rounds that you can get. However, I guess now that I think about it, this category might be the worst, but I wouldn't even say that. Random design, our choice, 1 ounce silver rounds as low as $101.20. So it's 10 cents cheaper than the Indian. However, at least with these, you have an opportunity to get some cool coin. You never know what you're going to get in these random choice. I've gotten random packages, and I've gotten really cool stuff. I got one random package, and I was just totally upset. And then the next morning, I had over 100 comments that said, "Will you sell it?" And then I was like, "Oh shoot, maybe I'm a little off on what I have here." I was upset because I don't like tarnished coins. I don't like toned coins. And I got a whole 2 tubes of American Eagle with, yes, it was a beautiful rainbow finish over the coins, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. I said, whoever stored these did a horrible job. The company bought it, but at the end of the day, I got those Eagles at melt price almost, spot price, because they were trying to blow out all their leftover junk that they were just holding. And after that, after everybody said they wanted them from me, then all of a sudden I liked them. I liked them because I realized maybe I have something of value and I don't know it. And so that's some things you got to think about. And so when people go to sell their silver, it's not a guarantee that you're not going to get a spot price. I mean, think of that for a minute. It depends how you do it. If you didn't watch that video, I'll see if I can put a link to that video at the end of this video. So if you make it to the end of the video and you want to watch that, how to sell your silver and get the most for your money, it's there. Now, tuning up your collection, what do I mean by that? So I recently had a comment, and I actually know someone that did something similar to this. He did not get the same exact deal that this person got. This one subscriber left me a comment saying that he traded a kilo bar for a ton of mercury dimes and silver dimes. I shouldn't say mercury. He said silver dimes, but that's what comes to mind when I think of silver dimes. He said he ended up leaving the shop with a ton of literally just 90% silver. And I think when people realize that there's opportunity. I'm sorry, I got distracted for a quick minute there. And I'm a little worked up over some of the comments that I got yesterday, but even though I just read them before the video because I didn't know what I was going to end up doing my video on, and then I read them and I was like, are you kidding me? But yeah, I mean, think about that. Can you imagine? I mean, because with a kilo bar being as much as it is now, I mean, think of this real quick. Let's see. I got to pull up another website, not the U.S. Mint. Let's see. Silver bars. Let's just see what a kilo is running. JBR, I'm actually looking for a specific kilo, only because I have a couple of them. If I can even find them. Set alert because they're all out of stock there, out of stock there. Okay, so they got them up here. They got some. You got 4 to pick from right here. And the cheapest one being 258.51. Our choice, as usual. Our choice is always going to be the cheapest. You're talking, holy smokes, if you're buying 1 kilo right now, you're talking $32.67. I want you to think about that. How many people can afford to spend $3,267? $32.67.08 divided by 32.15. How many people can afford to spend $101.61 an ounce? But you know what? People are buying them. People are still buying them. They are. You can sell them. So when people tell me, "Oh, you'll never get spot for them," some shops in Florida or someone in Florida is $20 behind spot. Okay, so if they're choosing to buy it for $20 or $25 under spot, that's on them. It's a free country. You have the right to offer whatever you want to offer. You have the cash, and the person has the silver. If the person is dumb enough, I'm just going to say it like that because I'm already venting. So if the person is dumb enough to sell their silver for 25% under spot, I can't even believe that you even have silver. Really. Because if you've got silver, you bought that silver. And hopefully you bought it for a reason, not to make a quick dollar or a quick little bit of a profit. And now you're complaining that, oh, it's clearly worth more than the lie that they're telling us. They want us to believe that silver is $93.45, when in every country across the globe they're charging more for it, just about. I shouldn't say every country. And some people, well, that's because of the currency. The US dollar is the strongest currency in the world. If you believe all that, yes, the US dollar is stronger than other currencies. Is it the strongest? They're all paper. It's all manipulated. The whole game is rigged. It's been rigged. Anybody that doesn't know that really hasn't been doing any research. Maybe they're just watching YouTube videos. And like I said, everything is not negative about this. I heard someone say that, asked me if I had ever watched a specific channel. I'm not calling anybody out. And he is saying that we are going to see 10 ounces of gold for 1 ounce of silver. And what are my thoughts on that? So it's a free country. You can literally think anything you want. I think that is ridiculous. I would be shocked if they all of a sudden were saying, here, you can have 10 ounces of gold for your 1 ounce of silver. I mean, think about that for a minute. We've never, ever, in the history of mankind, any documented record have had that kind of a gold-silver ratio. 10 ounces of gold to equal 1 ounce of silver. I mean, the most highest on record was King Solomon when he went in to one area. I can't remember if they said where it was, and he had gold beyond imagination. And he just went in, and his people were all holding gold, and they just basically really destabilized everything to where silver was worth more than gold. But it wasn't recorded. I don't even know if it was more now that I'm thinking about it, or if it was like 1-to-1, or maybe I don't even know. It might have been 1-to-1 or something equal to gold. But there's never been a record that I've ever read anywhere where 10-to-1. Now, someone could make the argument, yeah, but T, you got to understand, it's high demand, it's needed for industrial demand, and they really don't care what they pay. That's true. That's all true information, and I say that on the channel all the time. But the thing people have to understand is, as the price of silver goes up, they will try to start mining more of it. Do you think primary silver mines will all of a sudden not try to bring more people in, not try to ramp up production? There are mines out there. Shoot, there's one channel that I haven't watched in a long time. The guy basically left his life and got together with a friend, and they bought a silver mine. And he lives there. He lives on site. And his big plan was to turn it into essentially a park at some point, and you could go and experience the old way of life. And I used to watch his videos all the time. I don't even know, it just his stuff don't come up on my feed anymore for whatever reason. You guys know the way YouTube is. Sometimes people get unsubscribed if they maybe don't watch a video today, or they get turned off by something for a couple days, and all of a sudden you don't see it in your feed. I've had it happen to me, and I've seen it done to me. But needless to say, he's got a silver mine. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody out there all of a sudden says, hey, look, you said you paid $2 million for the mine. How much you want for the mine? You know, it's not producing. I'll buy it off you. We're going to revamp it. We're going to get it up and running. We'd like to buy it. I mean, boom. He doubles his money. But what does he really double? He doubles paper. Paper that they're continuing to print more and more of. And they will continue to print even more of it. I think Trump's idea of trying to buy more land, I mean, he tried to buy Greenland. I think that was a great idea. I hate to say it. I mean, there's only so much land out there. There's only so much resources out there. And, I mean, originally, and I know someone's going to comment, he ain't trying to buy it now. No, you're right. He ain't. But people have to understand, they're just printing money out of thin air. What do you think is going to happen to those dollars later? Those people that think that, oh, silver can't keep going up. There's no way. As long as the dollar can go down, as long as they continue to print currency, then anything can happen. Do I think we're going to see 10 to 1? No, because if it comes out of the ground 7 or 8 to 1, then 7, 8 to 1, 7 or 8 to 1 is a reasonable. However, yes, I do think it could swing even more lower because the demand is so high. They need it. But at a certain point, a lot of people don't know this. Gold has similar properties to silver. But no one in their right mind is going to use an ounce of gold right now in a cell phone or 500 ounces of gold in a Tomahawk missile when gold is 46.78 and silver is 93. However, if the time comes, where silver is higher than gold, you don't think that some of these companies will all of a sudden say, hey, if we're going to keep going, let's just switch to gold. We'll put gold in our phones. We'll put gold in our whatever the case may be. Now, I don't know the exact breakdowns of these two metals, but I do know they have a lot of similar properties. So therefore, the fact that it could go 1 to 1 and all of a sudden we start using more gold than silver, I think that would be hard for companies to stomach, that they had an opportunity to buy silver when it was $15, but they were too not up to date on what was going on. And now we've got it at 93. You think these companies ain't up to date now on what's going on? You think they don't have people in there that are learning what's going on? I think anybody that has a clue right now is looking into how can we take our fiat dollars and capitalize on what's going on. There's a million ways. Anybody that can't figure out how to get rid of dollars and turn it into a profitable asset, they're not really looking. Everything is going up. I had a comment yesterday. That's a lie. Inflation is not going up. However, silver is up. It's only because of demand, not everything. You YouTubers want to keep talking about the dollar going down or inflation going up. Really? Who here is not paying more for their groceries at the grocery store? Who here is not paying more for a new vehicle? Who here is not paying more for anything they're buying? I don't think there's going to be many people out there that don't realize what's going on now. It's more likely the lie has been on them. Let's see. There's no inflation. What are people talking about? There's no inflation. Fast forward a little down the road. Oh, okay, there's a little inflation, but it's transitory. It will be gone pretty soon. Okay, fast forward a little while. Okay, there is inflation, but we're pretty much past the hump. We're gonna work it out. It's getting better. Okay, fast forward a little further. Let's just lie about the numbers. Let's see how we can just lie. And you know what? We're not lying because we're gonna do a edit. We're gonna correct it, or inflation revision, or a CPI revision. But we'll revise it in a month from now. And we'll revise it. We'll put it on the very last page of the paper and not tell anybody. Because who really looks and sees what the inflation was 6 months ago, 2 months ago, a month ago? People look at it when it hits the news, the day it's mentioned. And the people that don't realize that, they're not looking. They're not spending the time to actually do the research themselves. Does some things shock me? Yes, I'll be honest. The U.S. Mint, I talked about it a couple days ago. I got a lot of comments that said, oh, those are collectible coins. You're not being fair. You're being, what was the word that got used? Misinformation. You're giving misinformation. Here's the thing. It's a proof coin. It's a Silver Eagle 2024 1-ounce silver uncirculated coin. It is a West Point. It is a San Francisco. It is a little different, But it's still, I mean, let's see. Let's find out here real quick. Let me do a 2024. Maybe I wasn't specific enough. Let me just type in 2024. 2024. Because I do want to be fair as I can. Let's narrow this search up just a little bit. See what people are selling 2024 W-proof coins for on eBay. I can buy one right now for $115. Buy it now. Let's take a look at this listing. Let's see. This guy has 1,779 feedback. Let's see if he's, 99.5%. And in some cases, it's coins that he's picked up. 99.5%. Do you think this guy is going to, all of a sudden, he only has one. He ain't sitting on a ton of them. It's not buy all you want. He hasn't sold 1 million that it's showing. I mean, but here's what I see when I look at that. $20 over spot, roughly. That's what I see when I look at that. Do I want that for $20 over spot? No. Ounces matter. How many ounces you have in your stack. That's the key determining factor about your future, I believe. I personally have been burned by so many different collectibles over the years. I'm not looking to buy a collectible. I buy gold, I buy silver because it is a sound asset. It protects my investments, it protects my wealth, it's a hedge against inflation, and it's an insurance policy. And you know what? Any other insurance policy that you buy, for the most part, maybe someone will call me a liar and think of something that I didn't think of. You buy it at the beginning of the year. You sell it you buy it at the beginning of the year, and whatever you insured against does not happen. You just pissed away your money. You don't get it back. Fire insurance. My house doesn't burn down, I don't get my money. I don't get it back. It's gone. Car insurance. I don't have a car accident. Nobody hits me. I don't hit nobody. I don't get that money back. It's gone. It's gone. When you buy wealth insurance, wealth preservation insurance, you buy precious metals. You buy it and something happens. The world just goes into chaos. We go into WW3. Then, okay, your silver will hold value most likely. It will probably go up in value. Let's say that doesn't happen. We don't go to war. All of a sudden, we print more money so we can buy some country, some island, some big land acquisition. Okay, they print money. Your money becomes worth less. Your gold and silver probably go up in value. People don't understand how the markets are manipulated with paper. And if you haven't seen any proof of this, you need to look around a little more. You need to do some own research. We've talked about it here. There are hundreds of other YouTube channels that talk about this. I'm not the only one. Look around and see what's really happening. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I don't care if people buy, don't buy, protect your wealth. Hey, I don't buy hurricane insurance. And you know what? I lost out on a free roof last year. Why? Because we had major wind issues. We had hail. And a lot of people have gotten free roofs. I could have gotten a free roof. That would have been great. I didn't have it. Oh, well. There are people out there that don't have wealth insurance. And when something bad happens, that's okay. Keep going to work, keep living paycheck to paycheck, keep struggling to make ends meet. And I know some of y'all are going to say, I'm in that situation too. Shoot, I'm in that situation too. Why? I live on a fixed income. And you guys know I'm retired military. I don't have a ton of money to be buying silver at $100 an ounce. That's why now I don't even really show silver videos that often. If I show you something, a short video, it's probably because one of my friends bought a bunch of stuff, or one of my friends picked up some stuff and now they're sending it off to a refinery. And I see it and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. That would make a cool video. Just because I show something online doesn't mean it has to be mine. I show a lot of different things. I've done package openings with other people's stuff. It doesn't matter to me. It's me talking to you guys and giving you my opinion on what I think about gold and silver. Now, I think right now you have an awesome opportunity. Why? Because the refineries are not buying 925 sterling silver. What is that? That's jewelry, that's silverware, that's plates, candlestick holders, that type of stuff. They're not buying it. Who knows why? They're not buying 90%. That's your quarters, your dimes, your half dollars, that type of stuff. Which means when someone comes into a coin shop or a resale shop or a bullion we buy shop, they offer a lower price. Why? Because they are either going to have to hold it on their books for a while until they start buying again, or hold it and tie up cash that they could be using on other investments. They're not in the business of speculation. We, myself, some of you watching this video, we're speculators. Despite what we think, we buy gold and silver because we think it will go up. We believe it will go up. Could we see a pullback? Yes, we could. I am speculating, saying I don't think we will, though. And by pullback, someone could comment some ugly thing and say, oh, you think it's just going to keep going up in a straight line forever? No, I don't think that. I think that the pullbacks that we're seeing now are fast, and it's right back where it was within a few weeks. So what? How much are they going to be able to give a pullback? Are they going to try to hold the price down from here until infinity? No. Because the next major delivery date is not far down the road. And when that day comes, if the price is being held down, more people will buy in because they will drain the silver supply. What silver supply? There's plenty of silver out there. Do you realize how much silver is in the ground around the world? Okay, you just said it in your comment. It's in the ground. It's not sitting in a warehouse ready to be delivered. What is sitting in the warehouse is in short supply. It's being drained. Smart money, a lot smarter than me and a lot smarter than some of you, is buying it up. China's buying it up. Banks are buying it up. And when they manipulate the price lower, dumb money decides, oh my word, silver went from $84 to $69. I got to sell, otherwise I might lose all my money. It's comical. It really is. That people are willing to sell. It's so comical, I sometimes can't even believe it. When I saw somebody sell for $70 a couple weeks ago, it blew my mind. It really did. But that ain't even the worst. I mean, I've had my mind blown many of times. Hey, be careful how I word that. I was getting pretty close to saying something else. I seen somebody sell silver, a 100-ounce bar of silver. He sold it for $1,000. Why? Why would anybody do that? What the heck? Why would he do it? Because it was during cough, and the silver price plunged to $11. He took it into a dealer, and that dealer said, look, we don't know how long this is going to last. We don't know how low this is going to go. I'll give you $1,000 for it. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to let it go. And I was standing there just in my mind saying, if he don't take it, I wonder if he would be offended if I tried getting it for $1,100. The guy said, yeah, I'll take the $1,000. And I'm just like, what in the world? And after the guy left, I looked at him and I said, hey, bro. I said, I'll give you 1,100 for it right now. He goes, I'm just going to hang on to it. It's inevitable. It will have to go back up. And I said, okay, so we're on the same page. It's a tactic. Is it fair? Is it nice? Is it, you know what? Is he wrong? I mean, the person that sold it was wrong. That's for darn sure. Sold it for 1,000. Now it's worth almost 10. I'm sorry. Technically, it probably is worth 10. But people just don't understand. They don't have the fundamentals. And I'll be honest, I stopped doing the fundamentals videos because they weren't getting the traction. Will I make them again? I may down the road. I may even make them periodically on the weekends or whatever. I was doing these fundamental videos, episode 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so on and so on. But when I look at it, they didn't get the views of my regular videos. And so I said, you know what? To a certain point, it's not interesting to people. People would rather follow the clickbait titles. The, oh my word, silver's going to $10,000. And yes, I do vent periodically. I don't do it that often. Once a month, you're probably going to get a good vent out of me, and today is that day. Bitcoin's going so much higher. You should, instead of buying silver, you should be buying Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Bitcoin today. I wouldn't be fair if I didn't mention Bitcoin in the video to the Bitcoin people. Some of you that are diverse, you have a good mix of assets. You're diversified in different things. Hey, that's great. If you've got some Bitcoin, you've got some gold, you've got some silver, you've got some insurance is what you got. And Bitcoin down today, $275 at the time of filming this video at 10, 11 o'clock last night. We're seeing Bitcoin now at $92,321. And when you look at it over the last year, you would still be down 10% on your investment. And there's always someone that's going to leave a comment and say, oh, but you're not being real. Let's take that chart out. How come you never want to take it out? Well, let's take it out. We're going to live on yesterday's gains? You're going to sit here and hold an asset until it's worthless? I'm not saying Bitcoin is necessarily going to be worthless. I'm just saying I want to get into something when it's a buy, when it's a good deal. I don't see Bitcoin as a good deal right now. Oh, but look, it's up 20,000%. Silver ain't done that. I mean, here's the thing. Silver's been around a lot longer than Bitcoin. And some people will learn this the hard way too. That it is just digits on a screen. I can't make a ring out of it. I can't make a cell phone out of it, a solar panel, a Tomahawk missile, whatever the case may be. It's just that. It's a digital asset. It's kind of like how everybody wanted to buy those, I don't know, maybe you've played a game. How many of y'all have ever played digital games? I'm a little guilty of this. I used to play a game, it was like World of Tanks, I think it was called. I don't even remember the exact name of the game, but it was like you build tanks, planes, different things, and you wage war against other people that have cities and stuff, and you take their resources and this and that. And I played it, and I worked a lot. I was working for the oil companies. In some cases, I would work 18 hours a day, and I would come home at the end of the day. Or my apartment, I should say, because I was getting a free apartment or a hotel room, whatever you want to call it. And I would be like, you know what? I ain't got a lot of time to play today, but they're running a special. I can get these plans for this new tank, and it's only going to cost me $50. There's not many people that are going to throw $50 away on digital plans in a virtual game. And I did that. And, oh, hey, I'm number one today. Awesome. Not many other people have these. And maybe the next day, you know, hey, I worked hard all day. Maybe, they're running a special, double coins. I can get double the gold if I buy $100 package. Oh, and all my teammates can get something cool. Great. So I end up putting in $100. Time goes on, and this continues on. And each day I get a small amount of gratification that my account is stronger and better than it was the day before, as do people that have bought in Bitcoin. And it goes a little higher and then it comes down. And then, you buy some more coins, and then it goes a little higher, and then it comes down, and then it goes a little higher, and so on and so on. And eventually, time goes on, and I quit playing the game. My account at that point slowly just faded away. People that were willing to put the money in outgrew me to where I eventually just got toppled. And then the account was really worth nothing. And it didn't help that the game always made something a little stronger for people that were willing to put money in again. Fast forward, one day, I'm sitting in bed just laying there, and I look and I ask someone, I say, hey, what's this email right here on my phone? I don't know what that is. I didn't set that email up. I don't check it. I don't even know what it is. And I get told, that's your phone email. That's associated with your phone. It's your backup email for your cell phone. And I said, really? So I click on it and I go through it. I'm looking in it and I'm like, what's this? Receipt. I'm like, what the heck? And at this point, I'm not working 100 and something hours a week, 18 hours a day. Some people will say, you can't do that. When you work for the oil companies and you work offshore, you can pretty much get away with whatever you want. We work it. Let me put it that way. So I end up pulling out a notebook and a pen, and I start totaling up all the money I put in. To my surprise, I spent probably about $2,500. And I decided that day, and this is back when silver was $20 an ounce. This is going to probably make me sick right here, but I'm going to do it just because I'm curious now. $2,500 divided by $20 an ounce equals 125 ounces. Now, let's times that, because I would have probably picked up some silver with some of that money if I weren't pouring it into that game, but it's so little at a time you don't pay attention to it. We're going to multiply that by, let's just say, $95, because I have opportunities where I can still get silver right around spot price. Nice. $12,000 I threw away. How many of y'all thrown away money in your life? A lot of you look back. I have talked to so many subscribers that tell me, I wished I had known about silver earlier. Silver stacking has helped me personally, and this person that I'm regurgitating their comment has helped me quit gambling. Why? Because I tend to always buy silver first, and then I don't really have much money to gamble after that. So I don't gamble as much as I used to. It's helped me frivolous spending in some cases. Some people have told me that. For me personally, it has helped me treat silver as a savings account. It's built up a savings account for me, an emergency fund, whatever you want to call it. And it has definitely put a damper on my gambling. I love gambling. I don't get to do it as much anymore. Why? Because my money tends to go to silver. However, I'm trying to quit or slow down on buying right now because the price is so high. And here's the thing. Is the price really high when you look at it? It's only high to those of us that have been stacking at a cheaper price, because we know what silver was a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. To the people that are just finding out about silver right now, it's not high to them. They started stacking at maybe $80. And now we're at $90, and they're like, man, I wish I had started sooner. And I wish I had bought more. Well, you know what? There's a lot of people that say they wish they had bought in Bitcoin when it was $400. I actually heard about Bitcoin at about $500. That was when I first got asked about Bitcoin, and I was against it early on. And I wished I had bought it at $500. I would be a liar if I told you I didn't. But I definitely probably would have sold it up here somewhere for sure. But who knows? I may not have even waited to there. I might have gotten pulled into the trap of, dude, it's $50,000. Oh, now it's only 20. I'm just going to pour every penny I can get into it. And oh, wow, now it's up to 67. Oh, now it's up to 95. Oh, now it's up to 120. And here's the thing. I heard someone describe it as like a cult because no one ever wants to sell their Bitcoin. They want to hold it because once you sell it, you stop profiting with it. And I'll be honest, to a certain point, it's the same way with silver. If you sell your silver right now, it doesn't matter what silver goes to. If you ain't got it, you ain't making that profit. But I think when it comes to silver stackers, most of us understand that it is money. When I talk to people that are up there in age and they are retiring now, a lot of them tell me, I just do it. I just sell a tiny, tiny little bit to subsidize my income. If I sell, let's say your Social Security is $600-700 maybe. I don't know what people's Social Security is. Everybody's in a different boat. But let's just say you're surviving off of that $700 Social Security payment every month. And yes, you're surviving. You're definitely not enjoying your retirement. However, maybe if you sell 7 ounces of silver or 5 ounces of silver, you just doubled your Social Security essentially. Now you have extra money to go out and have fun. I understand people have to sell silver sometimes. And here's the thing. If you're just trying to sell a little bit of your silver, you're not going to have a hard time, in my personal opinion, getting spot price for it. You're not trying to sell 1,000 ounces of silver. And if you are, you definitely don't understand silver or gold, for that matter. But people have to understand what's going on with the prices. I mean, just recently, just today, we seen the silver price get up to $94.50. And then we seen it come all the way down to $92.50. That's a $2 drop. There are people out there that are complaining about that. Now we're back up to $93.62. And here's the thing. Today was a holiday. Excuse me. Today was Martin Luther King Day in the United States. What do you think is going to happen tomorrow when the markets open? I mean, anything could happen, but I think the demand for silver is picking up. More people are waking up. The fact that it just hit another all-time high yesterday, at what point do you think people will wake up? Well, let's take a look at what happened with gold. Gold slowly climbed. When it hit an all-time high, well, there were people out there that said, gold's 2,100. I'm not buying it. Let's take a look at the gold chart while we're discussing this. We'll look at a 5-year chart. Oh, gold just hit $2,000. I'm not buying it. Look at that nice one big candlestick right there, that green candlestick on right around March of 22, where it came all the way up to 2,180. And then it gets beat down. And it goes all the way down to 1,600. That's crazy. I didn't even realize it went that low. 1,600. And people talking trash. Oh, that's it, and then all of a sudden it starts climbing again. Then we're back up to $2,055. And we consolidate for a little while. 23. We slowly get to the end of 23 and then 24, and then we have that big jump. What happened then? $2,400 gold. Oh, we missed the boat. We should have bought. I'll just sit here and wait for a pullback. Okay, wait for your pullback. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Oh, actually, we got up to 28, and then, we had a little pullback right there, 25. But no, 25 is not good enough. We want to buy it at 20, at 2,000. And then we continue to go higher. Now, some of those people never even bought. Never. They just kept saying they were gonna. They were gonna when the right pullback comes up. Okay, what's going on with silver? The same thing. Oh, no, silver's too high. It's in the 90s. I'll wait until we get the pullback. What kind of pullback are people thinking is going to happen? $20 silver is out the window. But there's still people out there that think that we might see $20 silver again. Had a comment earlier. Hey, we thought oil was going to just, continue on higher forever. Maybe silver's the same thing. And that's a possibility. Maybe just like we didn't see oil continue higher and higher forever, it got to a high and then it came crashing down. And it's in high demand. Silver is in high demand, and we are up there. We're nowhere near the all-time high, in my opinion. The fake ticker price, paper price, it might show that it's an all-time high, but not when you look at it in terms of inflation. When you look at what the dollar has done in that time frame and what $93 bought you then versus bought you now, $93 doesn't really get you that much nowadays. I won't say you can't even go to a nice restaurant because that would be inappropriate to say that. But I will say I talked to one of my friends, and she said she was going to a really nice steakhouse, a nice steak restaurant, and I've heard of it. And I said, well, that sounds cool. I said, it sounds like a fun, steak place. I've always wanted to maybe try it, but I couldn't pay what they probably charge. I could, but I don't want to. I said, be honest, is their steak better than mine? And she said, no, your steak is a lot better than theirs. And I said, well, that's good to know. I said, what do you think they charge? I mean, do you think it's going to cost y'all like $100? She goes, for me? And I said, huh? No, I meant for like the few of you. She goes, I would be shocked if mine alone comes out $100. It's probably going to be higher. And I was like, what the heck? She goes, one drink is like $20. And I was like, huh. You don't get much nowadays with the money that we have, the dollars. They continue to print it. And stuff goes up. And hey, that's okay. They tell you it's no big deal. Your house is going up in value, so you're worth more. Okay, what goes up with your house going up in value? Your taxes. Is your income going up as fast as your taxes and everything else is going up? No. People don't really understand what's going on. That's one of the reasons I love gold and silver. You just hold it. You don't have to sell it. You don't get, well, in some cases, yes, you do, but get charged for holding it. Depends how you store it. I guess even I pay a little bit. I know someone will gripe and say, oh, use the safety deposit boxes. That's awful. You shouldn't do that. It's an opinion. It's an opinion. Some people use vaulting services that are on the other side of the world. And they don't see a problem with that. I can tell you right now, if the U.S. ever decides they want to confiscate gold or silver, what's the first thing they're going to go for? They will probably go for the mining companies, the refineries, the IRAs, the any physical silver in large quantities where they can get it. They're not going to knock on your door most likely. Yo, hey, I saw you bought some Mercury dimes 2 years ago. We're here to collect them. And everybody jokes about the boating accidents. Well, sir, you don't have a boat. I don't now. It's just funny. So I really didn't even get to the topic that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk more today about the whole cleaning up your collection, tuning it up a little bit. There's a lot of items out there that people are after right now. And somebody said it best in a comment that I read yesterday, because I was like, why would a refinery want to pay more for a kilo bar and not buy 1 ounce stuff? To me, I mean, if you want silver, just take whatever. There's probably more 1 ounces out there than kilos. And the person said, well, think of it this way. Do you want to test 31 ounces and check them and then throw them in the fire? Because you got to check it before you throw it in the fire. That's a valid point. How about a kilo bar? You just test once. You check it once and throw it in. Boom. That's it. You know, you can't mix it with everybody else's stuff and then find out later that, oh, how did we lose silver? We put in 93.45 ounces of silver in there, but yet we don't have 3 kilos anymore. Now we're down to 2 or 2.5. And I don't know the exact math. It's late, you know. So people just need to understand there's opportunities out there. That one person, when they traded all those dimes for that kilo, I was like, man, that's lucky. And I've seen some people even trade 10-ounce bars for 1-ounce coins. And some people might say, why would anybody do that? It's still the same amount of silver it is. But where silver is going, do you think you'll be able to sell a 10-ounce bar? Might get difficult. 10-ounce bar now is almost $1,000. The people that were able to buy kilos back then, they're the ones that can buy the 10-ounce bars now, because not a lot of people can afford a kilo. Thus why we pulled up the kilo price. $3,276 on average. They might tell you a different number if you're going to sit there and buy 100 kilos of silver. You might get them for 6 and 7. You're talking $13 less. $13 to buy a kilo, to buy 100 kilos or 15 kilos. I don't know. It's up to each person to make their own decisions, and that's kind of what the video. I might as well just retitle instead of pay attention to your stack. Maybe get rid of some of them collectible things. Maybe refocus on more ounces. I talked the other day to someone, and he said, honestly, if I could go back, yes, I probably would have bought more. If I knew what I knew now, I would have bought more ounces. Why? Because what we're seeing is the silver price is going higher, but the collectible value is still there. If you bought a $20 ounce of silver with a $10 premium for $30, that's a 50% premium. And now we've got silver at, I'm going to say 95. I know someone might say it's not 95. I'm just looking at this right here, and 95 is a nice easy number. You have a collectible item now, and you go to sell it, and they may tell you $95 plus we're going to just add on $10. You paid a $10 premium, you get your $10 premium back. It would have been better if you had just kicked up another $10 and gotten 2 ounces of silver in bullion, maybe. You know, collectible stuff does not always go up. And if you've been burned like I have time and time again, Beanie Babies, baseball cards, all kinds of stuff, stamps, comic books, Pogs, Beanie Babies, you name it, I probably collected it at some point in my life. And most of them didn't pan out. Eventually, everything goes back to plunging. And someone could say, oh, well, there's a royal blue elephant that's $5,000. Okay, one out of a few hundred Beanie Babies. Oh, the Michael Jordan rookie card. Okay, one out of tons. You know, silver doesn't really matter what ounce of silver is on your ounce. It's pretty close to $95 now. And I know some people, when they go to sell it, they might get a bad person, and all of a sudden they want to trash talk silver because they got offered some low number. Go elsewhere and sell it. I'll be the first one to say it. Go on Facebook. Go on eBay. I mean, people are buying them on eBay. That's why I showed this. Literally, the last one right there. Let's just scroll through. I mean, a minute ago, I can't see it really on here. I don't know why I can't see it on here. A little while ago, I was looking at something and it said 105 of them sold or whatever the case may be. These right here, man, this was horrible. I bought a bunch of these right here. Oh, no, I guess it wasn't that. Never mind. I thought it was that one. 2024, $11. ounce proof. I don't know what that is. $11. What, first day issue? Oh, I'm sorry. 1 ounce. The way they wrote it just kind of messed with me. 1 ounce proof. $139. Let's see. Scrolling through. Be mindful what you're buying. Keep an eye out there. I'm staying away from collectibles now. All of this stuff, I had someone ask me the other day, didn't you buy a bunch of these certified at one point? Yep, I did. And yeah, I still got them in my storage unit. I wished I didn't. I wish I had just bought more ounces, But, hey, that's great. They're up there. People like the Eagles right now. I would gladly give mine up to get a few extra ounces of silver. Let's see here. Although, I actually do need to buy one of these. I didn't get the 2025 yet for my set. And now I'm just happen to be thinking about it. Or the 2026, which will probably cost a lot more pretty soon. But who knows? Someone said in one of my previous video comments, it's not a guarantee that these will go up just because the proofs went up. So, I mean, most of the time, everything when it first rolls out, it starts out hot and then it never really does quite as good. So I've been talking a while. I'm afraid to even look at the time. A lot longer video than I would normally do. I apologize. Very few of you probably made it this far. Probably a lot of people shut it off when I started just griping, but you got to do it every once in a while because too many people out there don't really know what what's going on when it comes to gold and silver. I know I had a couple comments yesterday. You need to do some research. Everybody with a camera thinks they're a financial analyst, whatever. It doesn't. Yeah, it irks me. And someone might say, obviously, you were offended by it if you griped about it for an hour. It wasn't just that I was griping about. It's just tiring that people don't really understand what's going on. And at the end of the day, hey, I wish them still the best. I hope they've got some silver. If they're going to trash talk silver, hopefully they at least got some and they're just bored with their lives and want to come on here and trash talk silver videos, and then they want to say they ain't got any. I'm like, what the heck? It'd be like me going and watching a Bitcoin video and trash talking it. Why would I watch the video in the first place? I wouldn't. It just, I don't watch videos about stuff I'm not interested in. I don't go fishing, therefore I generally don't watch fishing videos. But who knows? Some people just looking for something to complain because they're that miserable in their life. With that being said, thank you all for watching. If you did make it this far, I don't know, end your comment with a $sign. Or you know what? Put a $sign in your comment if you made it this far. Just randomly hide a $sign in there. And we'll see. I'm curious how many people make it to the end of this one because I still haven't checked yet, but I'm about ready to. Oh, my word, a whole hour. Yeah, it was a long one. But thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. I don't even know what I'm going to title it yet. I was going to title it Tidy Up Your Collection Right Now. Ounces Matter. But I may just title it to Griping About Ignorant People. I don't know. But that ain't really on par either because I talked about useful stuff too. So who knows? With that being said, thank you all for watching, commenting, and I will see you guys again on T-Square Talk. Take care, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.